Hello and welcome. I'm Mrreeeee. You may have heard from me from TikTok or YouTube or on Frostmourne, and I'm here to do a real talk with you with the new BlizzCon announcements. It has been pretty hype over the last few days. I just want to touch on my thoughts. I'd love to start making new content avenues about where I can talk to my subscribers, talk to my followers, and really start to uphold what it means to be a content creator in the Blizzard universe. And I'm super sick of the changes they're making. I still think some things are a bit like with me, but I think we're definitely going to say, if you haven't watched this cinematic, we're going to start with the cinematic because it is phenomenal. And let's have a watch of this. Phenomenal. I wouldn't be surprised if this background is like everyone's background right now on their computers for the next year. Beautiful. Just where we've come with technology to make this CGI is Anduin, my boy, you have grown. Anduin. Hype! I did not think BlizzCon they would be releasing VOD this year. This is like releasing expansion or anything like that. I thought it would be next year.
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that
There's
it?
our boy.
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately.
So do we, I'm assuming you've already watched the cinematic. I'm sorry if you haven't watched the cinematic, but I'm sure you have if you're coming into my stream watching this. But very interesting thing. Do we think that's Azeroth calling out? Do we think it's something evil calling out? You know, it's pretty, is it just as basic as it is like, okay, so it's Azeroth, she wants help? Or is it behind the scenes shadows? I'm interested to see what you think about in the chat. It's great to see that we're using the sand. I'm assuming we're going to see the sword later as well. And these two characters, I think, have been leading the Warcraft community. I think Thrall is an ongoing character. And if he dies, you know, it's going to be a climatic event for the ages. Beautiful. And I mean Anduin too, but he's always been a sook. So hopefully he grows up in the next few expansions. These horde gear isn't like blood red anymore.
Something, someone
He's got the blue.
is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again.
I mean, you know, we'll get to that. I'm thinking like the darkness.
I am not that person anymore.
Woo!
I have no light. Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
Forgiveness, man. We got bigger things to worry about. Here's Crybaby Anduin, man.
Not your past, Anduin.
Oh, bold move.
I trust you.
I don't think he looks like Green Arrow. Is that the actual Green Arrow actor? They CGI'd, or Green Arrow's coming to save us?
they're getting worse.
These two be slacking while we've been trying to save the Dragon
Whatever's
Isles.
coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall? Who's calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
Oh my god, the sword! Okay, so I wanted to start with that. I think that was a phenomenal cinematic. I think it brings back to I feel like some of the years the cinematics haven't been as well done, and it just shows the art team. And I think as anyone who's an avid World of Warcraft fan or player knows, the art team always has been carrying and know to be carrying the content creators. And just again, what a wonderful opening to the whole saga, which gets us to this thing here, the WorldSoul Saga. So there's a lot of talk now that Blizzard comes and said, okay, there's actually releasing 3 here. And we're launching first with, I keep looking at my left because of chat, I apologize. We're looking at 3 here. Expansion, they still will finish, conclude before 2030. The War Within, Midnight, and the Last Time, which is like super awesome to hear them go, all right, here are the next expansions. It's same as them giving us timelines. Here is the content we are thinking. And people are like, yes, that's really cool. All right, that's awesome to see they're planning out. I'm also a bit concerned, is it a money grab? But we'll get to that later. But beautifully, War Within, Midnight, Last Tide. Surely there's been so much stuff about the Void Lords. There's stuff around here already with the Void Lords. There's something about, the Titans traveled to space, landed. There's other Titans, the Void. I don't really know it all. I'm sure there's someone out there who can give me some more lore, maybe do a lore video. But there's the Midnight Voids and then the Last Titan. I'm super excited. I hope we get some space travel up in there. That's always been a big thing of mine. But great to see you have 3 expansions coming out. That's really well done. And I think, I don't want to click that. Before I want to have a look at, did I have, yeah, here we'll cover some more stuff. So, well done with the video. The World Saga, awesome to hear. They're planning content for us. Explore the depths of journeying deep in the air. All right, cool. I don't, really? Journeying deeper, going underground as a new expansion, I'm not sold on. Okay, I like the story. I'm like, we're finally understanding what the sword's about. Going another, oh, by the way, on the map, we didn't see the Dragon Isles. We've been flying over that for, Northrend just appeared. And now there's a hole to the underground, right? Like, that kind of, like I've always been, and I always will be, give me something more. I want to, I'd rather, when we did oh my God, when we went to the Light Forge on the different planet, mind blown. You know what I mean? I want that mind blowing experience. I hope we get that. I've always wanted that, but that's just me personally, and I think that will come down to when we look at the Earthen races and my opinions around that. So, but good. Expansion, hell yeah. And it's great to see content coming out. 10.2 looking good. Let's have a look at now just another trailer. Oh my god, a sword.
My visions
Oh yeah, well, she's another everyone's getting visions,
are
man.
not the same as the others. No radiance. No song. Just the shadow taunting me
Yeah, see, this is
from
dark.
below.
New zone, yeah, looks nice. Kind of like that old classic vibe. Not really new models, do. I Live Dawn looks good. The Hobbits are here. Gandalf. New zone, the Ringing Deeps looks good. Some cool models there. Hallowfall looks pretty awesome. Dells, we're looking at that. I'm not too keen on that. Whatever. More events. Warband, awesome. Hero talents, yeah, okay. Good idea. Oh yes, more dwarves. More dwarves. Dynamic flight. Great idea. Dungeon raids, thank God. Under the expansion, like no dungeons and raids, you know? Dude, that guy looked like a baller.
World rests upon the edge of a knife. And our battle lies deep within.
I couldn't find anything, but I swear someone said there's void hunters, and I know that's what it's flexing towards, but I feel like that was a thing, but I couldn't find that anywhere on the WoW I had to talk about. This is my concern, all right? This is my concern with them going to expansion release and just seasonal releases, right? We should, moving away from, 3 expansions, like just introducing a new content. Is that an expansion? Is that game changing? Or is it just like Activision, like, boom, here's a $150 base edition. You can buy it now. Like, look at this. Oh my God, the Epic guys, we announced this. Now the Epic decided to give us all the money. Mount. The variants are cool. Level boost, classic. Tire. That's the Hearthstone's cool. Pet for you pet fanboys. Can you ride the Griffin? 3-day early access. We're gonna have to buy it, guys. 1,000 traders tender.
Pre-purchase the War Within now.
And it says coming in 2024, right? So they keep putting out stuff like this where people just like dump money into their company, and like we're already paying so much for this game. It just ticks me off. It just ticks me off. Don't give us a non-release date and just throw out money. Like, you just saying there'll be 3 expansions, so they'll just, here's an expansion. So I think that's the dark side of thoughts around that. We're just like, people are now pre-ordering and just like boom, 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 upscaling, and I don't think, like, they have Diablo Immortals. They've so much, Diablo itself made so much income, this stuff kind of turns me off to the game, but I think they've done, where they've dropped that in. I'd rather just seasonal content. I don't want to be, I'm thinking now in 10.2, and you probably heard it from others, so 10.2 launches, but they didn't talk about what happens after 10.2. I don't see how the story currently finishes now when we're coming at 10.2 with the tree. We're going to repair the tree. Like, how does that now jump to we're leaving the Dragon Isles? Did that wrap up nicely? So I'm hoping we're not going into fated dungeons and fated raid for another 6 months before this drops, and this drops next November. I'm hoping there's 10.3 where it ends up with a final smaller raid that kind of like wraps it up nicely, and then we transition. That'd be really cool. I don't want to see it now. We're now focusing on this. Give us some money, off we go, and it doesn't wrap up, and we're doing faded, and then we're gonna have that lull again we've had in retail. So they're my concerns that I wanted to bring out. So that's that. Let's go look at the deep dive panel within, and then we're gonna jump up to what I thought was a really cool thing. So I think the delves are quick adventures for 5 players, or solo with friends, or as a dungeon group. They are integrated the outer realm as a new endgame pillar alongside dungeon and PvP, designed to provide variety, flexibility, and replayability. There are 12 delves available at launch to take place. I have read a bit into the dwells, bit concerned because everyone's like, Torghast! But I believe it's an option. Shaped versions learn from Torghast Islands, delves into more player choice and variety. So it's not I have to do it, you can do it alternatively, right? Which is great. That's the good steps we're taking forward with World of Warcraft. 10 to 15 minute adventures. Pardon me. Players on mysteries. I think it's really fun. Okay, not the big sell, but good to see another adventure, some content that we can do on the side for fun. Probably give us mounts, that's great. The Great Vault changes. I think removing PvP and adding world, perfect. For the first players to take part in activities, we have rewards, whether it's from completing outdoor objectives or by dwells. Players will unlock rewards based on level. Rewards can eventually reach a level of heroic rating or 15 dungeon. Perfect. It also talks about with no PvP will no longer need to access the guild vault. When more players, instead players receive additional conquests to be able to purchase items. Okay, I don't. These are very silly. They're very silly. There will be a variety of cosmetics available as well, such as new helms, hat, kobold helm, candles. Yeah, we get it. Yep. Warbands. This is the game changer. This says we are listening to the community. In summary, warbands mean account-wide everything. Game changer. As the years have progressed, World of Warcraft players have changed the way they play, leaving a multitude of characters. Yeah, because we want to farm mounts. Has become the norm instead of focusing only on one character. Thank God. This is a result of living experience becoming faster over time and playing multiple characters of regular expectation. Players who want to play additional characters currently run into additional challenges. However, Warbands attempt to change the system and create a more old-friendly experience and reset the foundation of World of Warcraft. This is great. Warbank banks, we are to share items with each other. Awesome. Items that are just looted for our team. Awesome. This looks so cute. I really like this integration. I can't wait to see all my characters, kind of like a little team, little band. That's gonna be great. And kind of be like different identities to all the different characters too. If you're a bit of an RP player, you'll be loving this. Transmog collection, great. I think there's so much times I'm just like trying to farm transmog and I'm like, you're deleting, swapping characters, missing out on loot. The reputations, thank the Lord, the reputations. Thank everything. Thank you. Please and thank you. Because that has been the most hated thing, especially since the new recent renown and like doing different content. And you want a little new tomb, but you have to go back and do old content to get item. Like, thank God. Fly pass. Yeah, that's all right. Delves, achievements, and the login screen. This was a huge change for me and really says to me that they're listening to us. And it's great that we're out here making content for this reason. Hero talents. I think this is a really cool way to add on to the talent system. I also, though, think I was on the fence the original talent system. Look, when it comes to talents, okay, when you get to that, if you're playing, I really don't know anyone who plays talents for fun. Okay, I play with C Raiders. I play in the high end M plus. You know, I play the game full time. I do play Mount Collectors, but everyone just goes, what's, you know, they go on Wowhead, they go on Icy, they go on, they Google like Raider.io, and they find out what the best optimal talent is. They want to do good damage. Okay, the community changes. So you have all these talents, and then all happens with Sim, and then you're overwhelmed. Like I just log in, I'm playing my Demon Hunter for next tier, and I'm like, okay, what's the talents people playing? Bam, copy, import. Thank God we have import, right? Hero talents, like great, we're getting some more talents and customization. The only problem is there will still be a meta. So I really think the way that hero talents hopefully work is it kind of changes. I don't know. It would have to be like, say, you're a fire mage, and one makes it so you can't be better at AoE or single target. One makes it so you give a crit buff to the team. That's the real change. Or one gives you more intellect, or one increases burst over long damage from and there's the more customization. Otherwise, all you're going to do is you're just making more. Like I've got on currently my Boomy, you know, I've got raid single target, raid multi cleave, raid AoE cleave, M plus build, M plus talent, stun. You know, they're my different imports, and I just shift between for those specific talents. Otherwise, I'm not changing. I just have different talents to choose in different fights. Which I guess that adds to the customization. I already have that. So what makes the hero talents more special? And I guess it'd be really cool to see, you know, when I've been playing a bit of Classic, you know, there's like a random buff the Boomies could go in with the loons, and it gives them like 200 extra spell power for everybody. Or they go Keepers and they get a healing thing, like a slight buffs to your teams that really, they're not game changing, but they're cool to have. Like I'm giving everybody an extra 2% crit. Right? Like I think that would be really cool to see in the hero talents. But I think this is a great idea. I really liked the look of it. I really liked the way they talked about how the talents intertwine between classes. So they had a picture of the warrior spec, and they had tank and fury, and between them they joined the colossal tree. I think it's really wonderful, and I think it's a really good idea. I think that I think you just more customization. People have been crying for, and they like it. But you just look at what's good, what's pumping. You know, I'd rather see it. How does that change your gameplay? And then maybe that's what they're going to do. Like looking at Keeper of the Grove, you know, I'm Boomy, but I can also off heal. You know, I'm a Boomy, but I do more damage. I think this customization may come through though in smaller dungeon groups, right? If you're gonna go to a dungeon, we just want people to do damage. We don't care if you can damage an off heal. But M plus, maybe you can add some variety. You know, in a 10-man raids, we could see some variety. So I'm interested to see what people think about this. This looks cool, but guys, I'm gonna be real here. Didn't we already have another dwarf? Got the Iron Forward, the Dark Dying dwarves. Now the Dormal dwarves. This is our third dwarf. Hello? Do we need more dwarves? Are people really fanning over these dwarves? Give us something different, man. Give us something different. You know, we had the Niflin. Why can't we keep going with the Niflin race? You know, the Kobold King. We can run around as Niflins. Like, not more dwarves, man. Like, God, I don't know. What else we have, you know? Like Earthen Night Elves, Earthen Worgans. These just look like Dark Irons again. We already had dwarves. They just got gems in their body. I wasn't too like, woo for this. I mean, another race. I have to farm heritage armor for. Dragonfly riding here to stay. I mean, I'd be very surprised. I think it's been a huge success of Dragonflight. I'm very surprised if they were like, yeah, let's pull it back. They didn't like that. Really cool to see them bringing in the mounts. That is awesome because all their mount collectors that lately I've been feeling, I'm collecting mounts that I don't get to use, and that's kind of sad. So really good to see there in putting that new battleground. I think, who cares? Who cares? Who's playing PvP anyway? No, like. I think the whole PvP side needs to change. I think they could have done a lot with Battle for Azeroth on how they improve that space, but I'd really like to see them. Really jumping through and looking at new ways to change the PvP set. You know, I think Battlegrounds can be super fun. I actually really enjoy them. I think they're actually more fun than Arena, but it's a space where I find I can transition to it. There is a high skill cap. And I feel like other players, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I think the problem with PvP, if I think it just straight off my mind while we're talking right now, is like, if I was a new player and I'm making a new tune, I go to LFI M+, like, I can complete M0s, I can complete M+, I can complete an LFI raid and gear up. Well, raid, like PvP, I can go into PvP and I've got no gear, and I come in like 6 weeks later, I'm like, I've done what I want to do, I want to do some PvP now. I just get slaughtered because I have no PvP gear. So maybe you can start at a benchmark level or get a set off the bat. I don't know. I really don't know, but cool to see they're still making a new Capture the Point map. Really cool to see. Interface updates. My God, the spell book is getting additional cleanup. That looks beautiful. I'm loving that. I think it's a lot of stuff. The UI needs to be changed. I'd really like one day. I don't know if they'll ever move away from add-ons, but you know, I spend so much time. You know, new raids coming out. Got to get new weak auras. Got to get new class. Got to get new weak auras. Got to get LVY. Spent 4 hours the other day shifting around my LVY, moving stuff. You know, I think cleaning the UI is a huge part of the game. People don't need this because there's so much there. You've got a community of new players, a community of old players, and it's like, how do we incorporate both? How do we help the new so we still, and then Classic's pretty good at that, but Classic still has its faults too. I don't know how you play Classic sometimes without the ability to move some of the weak auras. So your health bar, like I'm playing on a 42-inch screen, so my health bar is like way up into the top left. Like I'm not gonna look over there. That's useless. I want it here. You know, where's that controllability? So I think the UI changes, and if again they're listening to the community and they care, and that's awesome. Cross-realm guilds. I read this today, and that's absolutely awesome. Never, you know, Hall of Fame will still exist to commemorate the top guilds in each season, in each tier, and give their accomplishment, but there's no longer a need to tie the unlockability to the content with the game. Yeah, it's going to change Hall of Fame. But I think being able to play cross-realm is awesome. I think there's some stuff around the like Mythic. You don't have to be on the same place to Mythic raid. It means you can chuck up LF thing. We're short a player. We can put in an LF group for a Mythic player, and I think that's a great step forward in the community. I think it's some really good things coming out for retail. I'm excited. I just want to do a shift segue. Now, I play a bit of hardcore and a bit of classic, but of course, my main is retail. And when retail drops down after we complete a bit of raiding, I'm super keen for the classic. I just want to touch base. Classic, Cataclysm, and Season Discovery. Like Cataclysm, I think that's cool. I think it's been really cool to go back and play Wrath of the Lich King. I didn't play it as a kid. Well, I did play as a kid, and I had no idea what I was doing. Right, I was probably just running around as a warlock throwing corruption. I'm like, guys, look at me, and no idea about DBS tracking or anything. And these guys would take me. I mean, that was a different time, really. But super keen to go back, maybe play a bit of Cata. I mean, I enjoyed it. If I have the time, I'm keen to. But Season of Discovery, I think, is an awesome take on their WoW Classic. If you haven't looked, we're not going to look at this 45-minute video, but if you haven't looked at this, Season Discovery starts out like regular Classic, but you kind of cap out at 25. So it's easy to, me and my friends, how about we play a Season Discovery? It takes about, you log in, we level up a character, and then you max at 25. And what they're doing is they're using a new rune system, which allows you to have, I don't think we can see it on this page, but it allows you to have different abilities based on the runes, which I think is an ultimate rune engraving. There it is here. Here you go. So like, for example, here on this mage, they're 25, but then they can equip per slot a different thing to change their class. So they're adding more customization by the rune engraving, and they've also added like, shamans can tank, rogues can tank, mages can heal. This is like a regenerate heal spell. They're looking at 10-man raiding. They're really taking the good things I think classic people talk about and putting in. They're talking about like there's going to be no PTR for discoveries because they've got all the hidden content. So people can be running around trying to find all these secrets they've put in. They've got, you're going to speed run to 25 and you're about to muck around with different combinations, different groups. They're bringing back and remodeling raids. I think Season Discovering is looking really cool as a fun, reach out to people that like WoW's too much time and really picking up. I could say, hey, do you want to come play WoW to my new friends, right? Oh, my old friends. And they're like, no, I don't have time for WoW. There's a long population of my friends who don't have time for WoW. It's like, hey man, we can play Season Discovery, bro. Like, we can just come in. How about you play this the weekend? I can introduce new players. I'm sure there's so many people in the community that love this game and want more people. Season Discovery is gonna be it. I think it's just a beautiful idea. It's coming out in late November, so we'll be able to do tempo to it and jump into this. I think that's awesome. Classic Hardcore, the self-found mode is really awesome to see. So your character is unable to do mail, trade, or these auction houses, and the character reaches max level. I think that was. I also have a look at like not doing party mode. Could be really cool. They have the party rules, but I think Hardcore is doing its own space. It's really cool to see people in these these large raids doing end game of 60 while playing Hardcore. Like, more power to you. So yeah, I'm really excited for what they're gonna do. I'm just excited to be able to make content for you guys for a game I love, and hopefully to find what people want me to talk about, because I'm just super keen. I'm super keen to play the game. We can look at some more of the hero talents here. They actually released the druid one here. Each force increased damage as spells deal what. So this is cool. So it's like 3% damage, and this one, so it changes. Yeah, this is where it's like, okay, like cool. This is my options, but really what it's gonna come down to is which one does more damage on the sims. That's what it's gonna. It doesn't. You're just adding more talents that people need to sim. Like that's all that is in my mind. So anyway, I'm super keen. I think I'm really keen. I think it's a really good shot right now for Blizzard to redeem and get players back. I think it's the time it's a time now to summon your friends, bring back Tyrannical. My old guild is coming back from 10.2. There's stuff here. There's content. They're listening to us, and I'm just super excited. So this has been a Mrreeeee Real Talk, and I hope you enjoyed this VOD. Please give us a like, subscribe if you got to the end of this video. If you didn't, well, you missed out. You missed out. So I'll see you, or you'll see me in my shorts, my percentage VODs, and yeah, peace out, guys.